Today I compiled 10 of my album reviews of the Rolling Stone 500 Greatest Albums of All Time list. Today I listened to album 460, Lord's 2017 album Melodrama. Lorde burst onto the scene in 2013 when the confident anti-club anthem Royals became a smash hit and inspired a wave of Lorde-alikes. 4 years later, Lorde returned with less preternatural coolness and more angst than Melodrama. On the second album, she abandoned the hip-hop production of pure heroin and replaced it with the electro-pop stylings of superstar producer Jack Antonoff. The album opened with the exhilarating lead single Greenlight, where Lorde looked for permission to move past Hadlia X. Greenlight also has one of Lorde's strongest vocal performances, which sings largely in a higher range. Lorde leans into a weaker lower register in the rest of the album, presumably in order to increase the emotionality, and the production becomes a lot darker and moodier and, let's be honest, less fun. Besides Greenlight, I gravitate to the piano ballads, between Liability and Sober 2 and Melodrama, but the aptly named Supercut is the most achingly emotional track on this album. So far, all three of Lorde's records have been very different, so how Melodrama fits in Lorde's oeuvre is to be discovered. Incredible effort nonetheless, 2.9 out of 5. Today I listened to album 459, Kid Cudi's 2009 album Man on the Moon, End of the Day. A night in 5 acts, Kid Cudi's debut album explores his life in a more introspective manner than most rap albums. The obvious precursor to Man on the Moon was the previous year's 808s and Heartbreaks, and suitably Kanye West is the executive producer on this record. The first act is titled The End of Day to give a summary of Kid Cudi's life so far. Heart of a Lion, Kid Cudi's theme music from Act 2 is a pump-up anthem a la Lose Yourself, though the weak vocal production tracks a little. As Zenith reached on the big hit Day and Night, Kid Cudi trips out in order to reach inner peace. Psychedelic production throughout helps lend Kid Cudi's music more power, and this is never more true than Pursuit of Happiness, Nightmare, which is obsessingly indie rock by MGMT's highest charting hit in America. Up and Away does a decent job on ending the album on a high note, though Kid Cudi struggles to impart much emotion in his voice. Hit-chasing Gaga sampling Make Her Say is the only distraction otherwise cohesive album. 3.5 out of 5. Today I listened to album 458, Jason Isbell's 2013 album Southeastern. Growing up in the UK, I was not exposed to much country music, except for Taylor Swift. When you Google country artists to check out, the same names always crop up: Chris Stapleton, Sturgill Simpson, and Jason Isbell. They are the representatives of true country music, not the pop rubbish you hear on the radio. So I've always been a bit hesitant to listen to these artists. I don't want to listen to country music made for people too good for country. That's not really fair. I've never listened to Simpson, but I enjoy a few Stapleton's songs. Isbell's fourth studio album is pretty good too. To be frank, I don't really focus on lyrics when I listen to music. I didn't notice the bet was about sexual assault until I read it on Wikipedia. With an elephant, a song about mourning a cancer victim, moving. Though I call Isbell country, that has been disputed. While Stockholm is a classic country song, Cover Me Up is a spare ballad, the Super 8 is a raunchy rocker. Southeastern is good not great, not a country fan yet. 3.2 out of 5. Sinead was always right. Today I listened to album 457. Sinead called his 1980 album I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got. A second album launched to brief superstardom before it was torn apart by tearing up a photo of then Pope John Paul II. But the Catholic Church covered up sexual abuse is now apparent, and John Paul II's personal conduct is also under suspicion. But her SNL performance created a vitriol upon airing, and O'Connor never recovered in the US. The drama was less present in SNL as Europe, but O'Connor was always too iconoclastic, too damaged by the abuse from her mother and the frightful Magdalene laundries to have a long pop career. Besides attacking Margaret Thatcher with the covered up murder of a black man by the police, she largely avoided attacking beloved institutions on this album. Instead, she recites an Irish poem over a James Brown sample in the second track, rocks awkwardly on the Emperor's New Clothes, and wears her heart out on Prince called Nothing Compared to You. That has an exquisite music video, but is sadly spoiled by the overwrought late 80s production in my opinion. The intimate close of the title track, with O'Connor's heavy breathing, is an ominous ending. 4 out of 5. Today I listened to album 456, Al Green's 1985 album Al Green's Greatest Hits. I'm not opposed to Greatest Hits albums being on this ranking in principle. Some artists were never able to create a good album with plenty of great singles, and the Greatest Hits compilation might be the best way to appreciate them. For artists from the pre-album era, where albums were thrown together singles, B-sides and covers, a compilation album may be a more cohesive product. While for Al Green, whom Rolling Stone called a natural album artist in the blurb of this ranking, it's completely absurd. Green's a soul singer who worked out that you don't have to shout to be heard. A whisper or a coo may be more powerful than a bellow. This album draws on songs from 5 albums, but they were all produced within 3 years, so it seems cohesive. Every song's a hit of course, but Let's Stay Together and Here I Am, Come and Take Me, with the silky guitar work and jabbing horns, probably my favourite. I still think Green is a bit of a lightweight. I'll save proper analysis for a proper album. 3.2 out of 5. This is definitely cheating. Today I listened to album 455, a 1986 repackaging of Bo Diddley's first 2 albums, Bo Diddley and Go Bo Diddley. Last time we dealt with an unnecessary Greatest Hits album, this time it's 2 albums taken at one spot. Bo Diddley's 1958 self-titled album is definitely the more vital record of the two. The self-titled opener introduces a ponderous beat, 3/2 rhythm using everything from I Want Candy, How Soon Is Now, and Faith. And I'm a Man serves an inspiration from Muddy Waters' classic Manish Boy. The second album is much weaker. These only be included because of Say Man did these only real pop hits, which involve Diddley and his bandmate Jerome Green trading insult in the same way as a fast Titanic 3 years later. It also includes Willie and Lily, which reminded me a bit of Chuck Berry, and The Great Grandfather, which sounds a lot like Waters. But both guitar, throwaway instrumentals, and my favourite song on the record. Sort of Diddley's frantic speed and energy separates him from the blues and makes him pure rock and roll. 3.5 out of 5. Today I listened to album 454, Can's 1992 album Ege Bamiese. Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another round of Is This a Song? Pinch and Soup? Absolutely not. One More Night? Maybe, but I hate whispering in songs so we'll rule it out. I'm So Green and Big Hit Spoon are definitely songs. Former even the chorus, imagine that. Sing Swan Song and Vitamin C, the jury's still out. All joking aside, German experimental rock band Can's third album is a difficult but rewarding listen. It's fun to try and find little melodies and repeating rhythms amongst the vamping. I hear little bits of 90s alternative rock on this album. With its half-audible muttering pushed right to the back of the mix, Pinch reminds me of Ministry's Jesus Built My Hot Rod. Vocal line in I'm So Green is reminiscent of Toadie's Possum Kingdom. But even Can admits to not fully thinking this album out. Soup was apparently improvised just to fill their runtime, and I believe it. What do I think then? To borrow a phrase, too weird to live and too rare to die. Pi out of infinity. Today I listened to album 453, Nine Inch Nails' 1989 album Pretty Hate Machine. So what makes Trent Reznor so much cooler than Tom Scholz? Scholz masterminded Boston to huge success in the 70s and 80s, hiring fantastic singer Brad Delp and a rotating cast of nobodies for the rest. But the record label had to hide the fact that Boston was really just the work of one nerd with fearing that made the band seem inauthentic. On the other hand, Reznor was a strange and vulnerable genius for basically making a whiny depression with album. And he now makes his living scoring films for kids. What's less rock and roll than that? His eyes open ahead like a hole. Pretty Hate Machine isn't really a rock album anyway. It's asking to depress people, which I've always liked. Reznor sends a grinding, clattering and beeping sound like a particularly musical construction site. But you can strip it back too on something I can never have. This warm cellos and repeating piano line. I don't love Reznor's self-serious lyrics. There's bitter snarl that's another musical layer to his careful composition. And put Boston on this ranking next time. 4 out of 5. Today I listened to album 452, Diana Ross and the Supremes' 1984 album anthology. Though they were known as No-Hit Supremes at Motown at one point, the Supremes quickly became one of the most popular acts of all time. This anthology features most of their biggest hits, including Baby Love, Stop in the Name of Love, and You Can't Hurry Love. It also includes songs from either side of the Imperial era. Of their early tunes, A Breathtaking Guy is probably their best, because it shows off each member before the group became the Diana Ross Show. The songs don't become truly great until You Can't Hurry Love though, as Ross's voice strengthens and the hooks become catchier. It was by the second half of this album that realized how influential the Supremes actually were. The bass line for You Can't Hurry Love was borrowed by Iggy Pop and Jet. Ross's vocals on Love Child pretends Disco Diva, and I never realized how much Albert sounds like the Supremes. Other highlights include Mini Opera and The Greatest Star, and collaborations with label mates The Temptation. This album suffers from a common compilation problem. Many great songs, but diluted by many weaker ones. 4 out of 5. Today I listened to album 451, Roberta Flack's 1968 album First Take. Like most people, I was introduced to Flack through a hit single of the 70s, Feel It Making Love, Killing Me Softly with his song, and The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. Killing Me Softly with his song remains a classic, but The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face I thought was too milquetoast for Debbie Boone. This dichotomy remains in this album. Flack can be in turn sharply political and diabolically boring. I get nothing from I Told Jesus, and hey, that's no way to say goodbye. But compared to what? His jabbing horns mirroring the rhetorical punches Flack throws at the Vietnam War is amazing. And Gleito's Nencos shows Flack's ability to sing Spanish as well, accompanied by warm cellos and trickling Spanish guitar. And Tryon times never seen more relevant. Jazz prophet or easily listening songstress, First Take shows both sides of Flack. 2.8 out of 5. Join me soon for another album review. Like, share, comment and subscribe.